literary allusion headline. This is a kind of headline that makes use of a quotation from a popular literary work. It could be the title of a novel, a title of a movie, or a quotation from a movie. The fact is that literary allusion headline, which is often used for feature stories, is adapted from a popular literary work. That's why it's called literary allusion. For instance, you could find a headline about crisis in a state or in parliament, and the headline will say things fall apart. That is literary allusion headline. But it's always advised that such titles should be derived from works that most readers are familiar with. That is to say, popular works, not that you use an obscure work and then you pick a quotation from an obscure work or a title and then you say you are doing literary allusion. Nobody might connect. So it's good to always use popular works that most people will know. Popular works, popular quotations from works of literature and all that. Parody headline. Parody headline. This is another popular kind of headline used in feature stories. You could find them in feature stories in newspapers or magazines. So here you use the title of maybe a novel and then you combine it with your own words and you come up with the parody title. For instance, you could have a title about the Senate. Instead of saying things fall apart, you could say the Senate falls apart. That is parody. That is parody. Instead of saying there was a country, which is the title of a novel by Chinua Achebe, instead of saying there was a country, you could say there was a university, or you could say there was a state. In writing about unnecessary debate by the National Assembly members over the national budget, a caption could be much ado about national budget. Much ado about national budget. Here you have combined the title of the work by Shakespeare and your own words. You can also have a parody title that goes this way: the gods can now be blamed. The gods can now be blamed. Maybe you want to point out an error that was made by a particular agency or parastatal or something you think shouldn't happen. You can use this title, the gods can now be blamed. So parody title is a creative title. Only the creative can achieve this title. Just as in literary allusion, the parody has to be related to the topic or theme of the article.